Nigel Farage mocked EU Commissioner Jean-Claude Juncker after the top bureaucrat said it was unacceptable for the US to impose trade tariffs on the European Union. President Donald Trump announced the bloc would be hit with harsh tariffs on steel and aluminum from midnight on June 1. Speaking during his LBC evening show, Mr. Farage said, "Terrible, isn't it? I mean, awful. Jean-Claude Juncker, how on earth could America do this?" "Oh, that's right, because last year you put tariffs on aluminum and steel." Getty LBC EU News. Nigel Farage mocked Jean-Claude Juncker's reaction to U.S. trade tariffs on the youth. Outspoken EU critic continued, "It's almost exactly the same percentages coming in from China. Talk about hypocrisy. It's okay when the EU does it, it's a catastrophe, he thinks, when Trump does it." Commissioner Juncker was informed about the trade tariffs with a note passed on by his staff as he delivered a speech at the New Pact for Europe conference. Mr. Juncker told attendees the note proves just how serious my job is, and said the announcement was expected. He later issued a statement saying, "I am concerned by this decision. The EU believes these unilateral U.S. tariffs are unjustified and at odds with World Trade Organization rules. It's okay when the EU does it, it's a catastrophe, he thinks, when Trump does it." Nigel Farage, "This is protectionism, pure and simple. Over the past months we have continuously engaged with the U.S. at all possible levels to jointly address the problem of overcapacity in the steel sector. Overcapacity remains at the heart of the problem, and the EU is not the source of, but on the contrary equally hurt by it. That is why we are determined to work towards structural solutions together with our partners. We have also consistently indicated our openness to discussing ways to improve bilateral trade relations with the U.S. but have made it clear that the EU will not negotiate under threat." In March, Mr. Trump imposed a 25% duty on steel and 10% on aluminum on exports into the United States as he pledged to protect his country's ailing industries. Igniting a trade war between Brussels and Washington, Mr. Trump has ignored EU pleas and threats for a previously agreed-to exemption to be made permanent for the EU.